Hey, welcome to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Chris Raynor. Friday, August 29th. The first week of high school football is in the books. We're working on week 2 already of high school football. Only 9 more weeks till state championships start. Ain't that right, Tim?
That's it. We're getting closer every week.
Closer every week. And I'll never forget Billy Woodward and Melvin Lane covering the state championship for Southwest back in 2004, the Shelby game. And I remember him saying, you're starting in December, that state championship game, the first part of the broadcast, seemed like it was just a few, couple weeks before that hot August, starting, and that's what we got now. Although the weather is cooler, so it'd be a good night for football tonight.
The weather has been fantastic.
But that's how quick that season rolls through.
It comes in quick. Season starts very hot at practice, although it's been fairly mild this year.
The wet bulb has not been so wet.
It has not.
It's good. We want to thank our sponsors before we get rolling here. Today's show is brought to you by National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Modern Exterminating, the losses of John Drew Warlick, who, by the way, they are the primetime Blitz matchup on WCTI TV 12. That's good for them. Some good exposure there. Not as much as they get on our show. But,
right.
A little bit, too. Bayshore Animal Hospital in Swansboro, CNS Paint, Ron Choate and Victor Case, Golden Corral and Billy Sewell, Bradley's Jewelers, Rock Creek Golf and Country Club, Jones Lonzo EMC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, Downey's Heating and Air Conditioning, Jason Humphrey in the game, Hampton Hadley Chiropractor, Jones LP Gas in Verona, $11 cylinder refill today, Southern Touch Painting, Fountain Management and Sandra Fountain, Onslow County Motor Company, Ben Beasley in the game, Barnes Diamond Gallery, Lane Associates Family Dentistry, Doctors Tommy and Kim Morgan, Bartley Insurance Services, Mr. Bill Mercer, and Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning. Thank you to all those fine sponsors. Our racing report, of course, is powered by Onslow County Motor Company and Ben Beasley. We have our prognosticators picks, which I'm kind of filling in. Downey's does so much for us, so we're going to let them kind of be the fill-in until hockey season starts. By the time high school football's over, hockey season will have started, and that's your favorite time of the year, isn't it, Tim?
I didn't realize hockey season ever ended.
It just about does. It's not long there. Of course, I would be remiss without especially thanking Helen's Kitchen and Billy Grissett for that food that's sitting there. I think we should just take a break, come back in about 10:30 or so, and or 9:30 or so, and go ahead and eat now. What do you think?
I'm good. I'm
No,
I'm ready to do that.
We'll save ourselves. I got you Billy Bowls. I know you like the Billy Bowls.
Yes.
And I got me a cheeseburger, Hollywood BLT cheeseburgers. We got a little bit of everything today. A smorgasbord of Helen's Kitchen there. You can also catch us on YouTube at WSME Radio, on Facebook at Freedom971 WSME, and of course online at WSME971.com. And my favorite way and the bestest way to listen is that FM radio, baby. When I'm out working somewhere, you know me, you've been with me doing a lot of stuff. I usually got a radio on.
Radio's always playing.
I love the radio. I love the way the DJ, those talented DJs all across the world, like Chris Hollywood Man.
That's right.
Will play something that I hadn't thought of listening to. I can sit there and go through my phone all I want to, but if I didn't think of it, it's not going to play. He'll play something that just brings back a memory or a song you haven't heard.
Shameless plug. Afternoons 2 to 7 here on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
That's what's called drive time, isn't it?
Yeah, drive time, baby.
Drive time.
Afternoons.
And do you do the sports like Les Nessman? Like the golfers like Chai Rodriguez and the godless tornadoes and stuff like that.
I'm waiting for you to step in and help me out. Call in and do that. We can make a feature.
We can do that.
So that's the drive home with Chris Hollywood Man
Well,
in the afternoon?
Friday, we do the Friday festivities.
Okay.
At 5 o'clock, and we do the drive at 5, every day at 5. We got a nice little 30-minute nonstop mix. So
nice.
You got to check it out, man. It's cool.
Now, is Friday festivities, is that the same thing as happy hour?
It's sort of, yeah.
Something
I mean, we
different.
got some upbeat kind of
no spirits in the studio.
No.
Okay.
Well, if you come by, that's up to you.
I bring my own spirits. Thank you to everybody, all these great sponsors, and a lot of the sponsors that support us also do doing Cardinal football, and that's. Go ahead and give that plug tonight while we're at it. Tonight at Northside High School.
Yeah, man, going to be a huge game. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff there at Northside. And the stadium, Tim? The stadium name? Do you know it?
I know the facilities there is named after their athletic director, Mike Smith.
Okay.
But I don't know that they've named the stadium other than maybe it's Monarch Stadium.
Okay,
but
well,
definitely the Mike Smith athletic facilities.
All right. We will be there, and we're very excited. And you can check it all here. Again at 6:30, and then at 7 o'clock with Jerry Allen and Bob Warlick. I'll be there, and the whole team will be will be hanging out. So there you go. At WSME 971.com. Of course, you can listen to it wherever you are. So your friends, Cardinal Nation, wherever you may be, listen to Freedom 97.1.
Speaking of high schools, we have a celebrity on the phone. Who do we have on the phone here, caller?
Sanaa Carter.
Sanaa Carter, thank you for joining us. For folks that don't get out on the golf links and follow the high school teams around the golf links, do you have fans that do that, Sanaa?
I do, yes.
You won the state 3A championship last year, right? Or actually this year, it was in 2025 when you won it, correct?
2024.
Was it in the fall? Okay, my
yeah,
bad. I didn't know if it was in the spring or not. Okay, tell us a little bit about your experience there and where you're at now.
Well, I was very fortunate enough to close out my high school season with a state win. We played at Longleaf Golf Club in Pinehurst. I was the only school representing my team, and over the course of 2 days, I got off to a good start with the 1 under par 71 on the first day. And on the second day, I shot 76, birdieing the last hole to close out the state championship and win.
So you come to the last hole needing that birdie, right?
No, I didn't need the birdie. But,
you were so far ahead of the field you didn't really need it, but you just did it with a little flair there at the end then.
Yeah, I had to go out in style.
Nice.
Now, Sanaa, this is Tim Foster. I met you when they recognized you at the Board of Education meeting the night, I believe, you gave one of the flags to Superintendent Dr. Collins at the time. But the previous year, 9th, 10th, and 11th grade year, weren't you the runner-up in the 3A?
I was, yes, all 3 years.
All 3 years?
Yes.
Who did they have? Was it Michelle Wee that was still playing for the was it the same golfer that won each one of those years?
Oh, yes. Her name is Emily Matthews. Currently she plays at Virginia Tech, but she was the one, winning the state championships.
So as good as I know you are, she must have been pretty good.
Oh, yes, she is.
And I assume she graduated the year before you did?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
good riddance, huh?
What a great run for Sanaa. I mean, runner up state champion. So what a way to have a great high school career in golf.
You're one of the few golfers, men, women, whatever, to have like a 1 point something finishing record for the state championships in 4 years. That's awesome. I did not realize that. I'm glad I know that now because that's amazing to finish that high, every year and then win it your senior year. That's an incredible thing you did.
That is amazing.
Now, did you learn all your golfing skills from your dad?
Yeah, he's the one who got me into the game of golf. Once upon a time, we lived in Japan, and he used to take me golfing with his buddies, and after that, I was interested in golf, and that's pretty much how I kickstarted my junior career.
Oh, your dad's awesome. Terrell's just a good guy. He'll help you do anything, and I'm sure that he was more of the nurturing father in golf. He was not the club throwing or anything like that type dad, was he?
No, he wasn't.
So you learn all that from your dad. Then did Dave Miller get you to the point where you are? I know he wasn't your coach, but Dave Miller was around at the time. Did he get you to that higher level, teaching you all his tricks of the trade?
Well, no. Amanda Pelch was my golf coach.
Okay, I didn't know if Dave stepped in and helped out some with it.
No, he was the men's coach.
Okay, I didn't know if they crossed up a little and kind of worked together during the different seasons. So tell us a little bit about your coach and what she meant to you.
Well, I love her so much. She's definitely one of my favorite coaches / teacher. I also had her for English for 3 years straight. So she knew me as an athlete and a student as well. And she also won the state championship for soccer. So there was definitely a lot she taught me leadership-wise and competition-wise.
That's awesome. Now, did you play soccer too?
No, I played soccer in middle school.
Okay. Any other sports you played at Jacksonville or just focused on golf?
Just golf.
That's wise. And you still love the sport, don't you?
I do, yes.
And that's the thing. A lot of people, get burned out in certain sports, but if you really love the one you're playing, That's half the battle right there. Now, tell everybody what you're doing now and where you're playing your collegiate golf at.
Well, now I'm playing at North Carolina Central University in Durham, North Carolina, where I'm also studying business as well. I actually had my first practice yesterday. We played at Duke University. Next weekend is our qualifying for our first tournament, our first two tournaments.
And where would that be
So
at? What
everything's
course?
going well.
What course will that be
Well,
at?
we play 18 holes Saturday and Sunday. The first day we play at Hillendale, and the second day we play at Duke.
Nice. So Duke has their own facility there?
They do, yes.
Yeah, I know NC State has Lonnie Poole. Carolina has Findlay. So you'll probably, in your time around there, be playing most of those, I would think.
Oh, yeah. I played all of those. Actually, last week I played at UNC Findlay.
Okay, nice. Is it as nice as they say it is?
It is, for sure.
I know
would
Tim's
say
played
out
it.
of
He's
the-
dying to tell us he's played it.
It may
would
have
say out
played
of
me.
Well, let me ask you this. Being a top-notch golfer, a step above, the hackers like we are and everything, what do you think of Top Golf? Is this something you avoid because of the whole setup and it's not really kind of what the way you would normally tee a ball up, things like that?
Certain things I would avoid.
Like putting it on that tee that's about 12 inches high?
Oh, no. I typically like to tee the ball down
Okay.
kind of low to control the dispersion in the ball flight.
Dispersion. Your English teacher did well. Tell Amanda she didn't just teach you how to play golf; she taught you how to speak.
Yeah.
You're very well spoken, though. That's very admirable too. And but I was asking about Top Golf. Have you played Top Golf?
Actually, no. I've never done that. You know what? My birthday is coming up. I should probably go to Top Golf.
You should, and I think there's one in Durham now, right?
There should be, yes.
There's one in Durham. They have the Drive Shack there in Raleigh, not far from you. But I think Durham actually has Top Golf now.
Well, Sanaa, how has that transition to collegiate golf, where you left the high school ranks in your high school, where you were number one and head and shoulders above everyone else? How is it when you get on that college campus with that college team and everybody is really good? Has that challenged you, created more focus, or what impact has that had on you in these first few weeks of getting back at it?
Yes, well, I do think I need to be more focused because, like you said, everybody on the team is talented. So I am competing for, spots on the team to these tournaments. So I definitely do need to take qualifying and practices more seriously. And I think with that being said, it'll make me better as a golfer.
Right. Absolutely.
Now, do you have any other state champions on the Central ladies team? Like not just from North Carolina, but any other state? Do any of them carry that name as state champion also?
I think my teammate Maya Smith, I think her team, Jordan High School, won a championship.
And they're 2A, right? Or were 2A last
I think
year.
I think so. Maybe
Okay.
a two-way.
But she wasn't the individual champion?
No, I think their team won as a whole.
So see, you're right. They're head and shoulders already. The only state champion probably on the team, maybe. Now, how big is the ladies golf team at Central numbers wise?
We have 7 players on our team. It's been like that for a while, but I think the smaller is the better.
Yeah, you get to know each other very well, and you'll be one of the leaders on the team for sure. Especially as a freshman coming out and with your game. I mean, what would you call it, handicap for a amateur golf? Yeah, what would your handicap be right now?
I think it's at a +1 right now.
Nice.
So as you prepare for the matches that you have to not only qualify each time to continue to play in these tournaments, but you have to battle for your spot on your team too, because of 7 players. That's going to dictate your tee off time, the group that you tee off with. So all during the week, you're working on your positioning for that weekend tournament. Is that right?
That's right, yes.
Good. Always, it's competitive every time you step on the course. Then,
And with your skills and the way you've had that excellence, the state championship and things through high school, it's not long before you'll be the top golfer there. Is it time for our break? Okay. We're going to let you go because I know you got to get to class, right?
Yes.
All right. I told your dad I wouldn't hold you up from going to class. So get to class, and we look forward to talking to you. Sometime when you're home over the holidays, we might try and get you in the studio, actually.
Absolutely.
All
Yes.
right.
Thank you for
Thank
the
you
call.
so much for calling, and good luck there.
Good luck
Thank you.
tonight.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
All right. We'll head to our first break. We'll be right back on Sports Talk. Hey, welcome back to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Chris Raynor, co-host Tim Foster with us today. Thank you, Tim.
Good morning.
Today you're wearing the title. You have several titles, but today you're county athletic director, correct?
That's me.
Because we're going to talk about a lot of high school sports coming up. We don't have a county NASCAR team yet. Is it possible to get that?
I'm sure we can find
We can work
somebody
it out
to
at the-
sponsor those $150,000, $200,000
Well,
cars.
Work it out of the trade school, and we fix our own. We build our own race car.
Maybe we get one on the track over at the Coastal Plains. What they're doing over there now. Maybe that's an idea for
or Carteret Speedway, either
or
one.
Carteret. Let's get them work on.
Now, we say that in jest, but I bet somewhere there's a high school that has a program for motorsports, probably in Charlotte area.
I bet they do.
And that would be a great way to get started because there's a lot of colleges doing it now.
Oh yes, and there's a lot of recruiting of the in the high schools for the NASCAR. I can't think of the college that they have that they
It's the one that's like the technical college.
yeah,
that
the
has
technical
stuff,
college for NASCAR. So get them in that field.
So let's see if we can work on that. Build our own race car here. they can race it on the weekends, and that'll be their like project type
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
And then they'll let us take it out every now and then.
Yeah, you know, when they used to do the senior projects, I remember a kid at Southwest that he built
Bodywork.
built
yeah.
a bodywork,
It
built
was
a car.
Bev Marley's son.
Oh, he did it, and there was
Yeah.
another one that I think built a race car. So
What's
it was
Bev
kind
Marley's
of
son's name?
Zach.
And I can't bring up Bev Marley without mentioning Bev's back in the game, baby.
Oh yes,
Bev Marley coaching at Lejeune, right?
she's over at
Volleyball?
Lejeune coaching volleyball.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Nice. Congrats, Bev. Just still had the itch, just like Bob Sanders. I don't know if you heard last week.
Yes, he's
Appalachian State senior assistant.
yeah, he's gone to
Yeah.
App State after retiring from several teams. Dolphins and who else? I can't think of the other
Florida
one.
Gators.
Yes.
Green Bay was his biggest.
Green Bay was a big one.
biggest job. He was defensive coordinator there at such a high level. Which, of course, you win a national championship as defensive coordinator in college. It'd be hard to separate which one meant the most.
Which
to you,
one's the
but
biggest
I'm
for
sure
you?
he loved all of them. Back to racing. Ryan Blaney won at Daytona. Great Daytona race. I was dinging NASCAR for moving the Daytona race from the 4th of July, which I still do that. But it was a great race in August. Which, Daytona, they're bunched up like, you're headed down Lejeune Boulevard, and as soon as the main gate lets out. That's the type of traffic it is. But Ryan Blaney won at the very end. I saw on Facebook his last lap on his in-car, the way he worked through traffic. And it was just one of those things. The hole opened up. He got in the middle and took it to the lead and won the race. He beat Daniel Suarez, Justin Haley, Cole Custer. That sounds like a made-up name during
Sounds like a Days of Thunder Part 2.
and Eric Jones in the 43. Congrats to Richard Petty. I think in that 43 this past weekend, they had the old Petty blue and red colors on.
I think they should stick to the
and
petty,
I would stick
petty
with that. That'd be
colors.
hard not to use. But congrats to Ryan Blaney for winning the race. Kyle Larson takes over the points lead. William Byron didn't have such a great day, but Larson's first, William Byron second. Denny Hamlin third. Ryan Blaney bumped all the way up to fourth with that win, and Christopher Bell fifth. So NASCAR will be going to a racetrack this coming week that is not in my head yet, but I know what it is. I should have known. Labor Day weekend. Where do they race Labor Day weekend?
Rockingham.
Darlington.
Yep. Yes.
Darlington's always Labor Day weekend. They got away from it for a few years, and so many people complain. There's just certain races. Memorial Day weekend, Charlotte. Labor Day weekend, Darlington. So they'll be at
July
Darlington
4th?
this weekend. Should be at Daytona.
Should be at Daytona.
Should be. October 5th-ish should be Charlotte making left turns only, not the Roval thing that they're
Right.
trying to do. They've got so many road courses now that it's just driving NASCAR fans nuts. They do go to Bristol on September 13th. We could make it there and then get back in time for the beach the next day, couldn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, our wives would love that.
Oh, absolutely.
Drag them to Bristol and then come back for the beach
And make
the
sure
beach event.
make sure you get your hotel reservations well in advance.
Yes, you left. What was it, Virginia?
I left Luray, Virginia, headed to Abington. And,
Abington, Tennessee?
Yeah, Abington, it's Virginia.
Okay,
Yeah, could do the Virginia Creeper, and I failed to get
reservation.
reservations, and at that
And
time,
you figure, hey,
oh my
there'll
goodness.
be plenty.
You would
But
think so.
You had the perfect storm, wasn't it?
Oh, my
Virginia
goodness.
Tech football in
Yes.
Blacksburg, and then Bristol Motor Speedway the same
Yes.
weekend,
And
same day.
Same day. You had Bristol, you had Virginia Tech, and then you had Morgan Wallen playing in Knoxville on Friday and Saturday night at sold out shows. So there was nothing along 81 coming into Knoxville, Tennessee,
The
out of
perfect
Luray,
storm.
Virginia.
That's right up there with scheduling a Scotty McCreery concert same night as East Duplin and Wallace Hill
Right.
opening high school football night. But I'm sure there's a bunch of people at both. But yeah, they'll be headed off to Darlington this weekend. Then the Worldwide Racing Technology, I have no clue where that is. That sounds like a road course. And then Bristol on September 13th. So NASCAR get back to its roots. Thank you to Onslow County Motor Company. Speaking of roots, this is a peanut reference. Ben Beasley bowls some peanuts. He bowls them all the time. If you ever want peanuts, just stop by Ben Beasley's at Onslow County Motor Company. He's usually got a pot on the porch going. Man, they were the best peanuts too. Thank you to Ben for all you do for Onslow County, for what you do for the people that need those quality used cars. I drove one back from earlier this week. Everything I've ever driven back has been top notch. He has buyers that go out and find these cars and make sure that everything is good on them, and it gets it in that mileage niche and the price range that people can afford.
Right.
So I'll check out Ben Beasley and Onslow County Motor Company for all your needs for used cars, whether it's a race car, truck, whatever you need.
Quality pre-owned cars And if you ask, you might get some boiled peanuts.
Yeah. I'm sure if that was the thing to swing the deal, he'll probably boil you a whole pot.
That's right.
Yeah, if that will swing the deal. But thank you once again to Ben Beasley and Onslow County Motor Company for our racing report. We'll give you more next week. Labor Day is Monday.
Yes.
It doesn't seem like the summer, and I know that's not the official end of the summer. It's September 21st or so by the, or 20th by the actual seasons. But Labor Day usually signifies the closing of the beach a little bit, and this year it's a little early too. Labor Day is actually on the 1st of September.
Yes, which the significance of the 1st of September is 35 years my wife will have put up with me in this
Well, bless you.
wedded bliss. So, yes, 35
It's a shame
years.
we did when we're doing This Day in Sports. We have to do it on September 1st sometime, so you can put that in there.
Yes.
There's more coming. There's another anniversary reference later. We'll get to that later. Let's jump right into high school football. Or do you want to start with? Let's start with some of the sports that we don't cover as often. Give us some of the updates you had. You've been feverishly scribbling some stuff on some of the
trying to catch up with all the
sports. Let us
all
know
the
how it's
local
going.
sports as
Fall sports already.
You look at. I know you're going to get into football a little more in depth, but looking at soccer, Coach Richard Cook at Swansboro High School, they've started out 1-2. Kim Miller at Swansboro and her volleyball team has had a great start at 6-0 and 1-0 in their conference. So they're looking good there, and their tennis team with Coach Taylor Niematko. And I'm sorry if I messed that up, but they're 2-1 there in Swansboro. So Swansboro's having a great start in those sports. And then move over to Dixon High School. Coach Kevin Hart with soccer. They're 2-1 with the Bulldogs, and Heather Moore 2-5 overall, 0-1 in the conference with their volleyball team, and their tennis is 1-2 with Coach Vega. Southwest soccer, Coach Jenkins, a slow start, 0-2.
And because the rain delay, they couldn't get started.
They couldn't get started with the
first
rain.
couple of games were kicked away.
The rain has really hurt quite a few of the soccer games this year. Canceled a few. It's just, and the weather's just been tough on them. Inside with volleyball, Coach Tiffany Murphy started off strong, 5-2 with their start to the season, and Jamie Hall.
Game last night.
Yep,
I don't remember the result, but they played the game last night.
I can't remember what last night's was, but yeah, they played last night. And tennis with Coach Hall. My wife and I were walking at the park the other night, and the tennis match was going on there at Onslow Pines Park. They're 1-1 to start their season, 0-1 with the conference start. And then down in Richlands, Mike Road. By the way, Mike Road has been coaching soccer a long time at Richlands because Mike was coaching soccer when I was coaching soccer at Southwest, and I retired, and it's been 34 years or so ago. So Mike is still in the game. They're 3-0. They got one tie, I believe it is, but soccer at Richlands has started out strong, and Ashton Allgood with volleyball. Slow start for them at 1-6. And tennis is a little slow for them, too, with Coach Huffman and 0-3 and 0-2 to start their conference.
Now, you're talking about how long Mike has coached. Didn't he coach Pele in high school?
Mike may have. Coach Rhodes been doing it a long time and done a great job at it. He and I had some really good games when I was coaching soccer at Southwest and he at Richlands. But Coach Rhodes has been doing it a long time and been very successful. Joey Mahalchik, I know Jacksonville's got started there with their soccer season. I didn't get a chance to find their record, but if it's typical soccer at Jacksonville, then they probably started off fairly strong. And then Coach Flatt with volleyball is 3-4, and Dave Fleischer with the tennis team is undefeated as far as I can tell right now. Northside, Derek Yates has got the soccer team started off well over at Northside. I think they're 2-0 right now. I have to make sure they're updated on Max Preps, but that's where I was getting that information. Coach Broadnax with volleyball, 2-5, and Coach Hunterstop, 1-3 overall and 1-2 in the conference with the tennis team. I think this is his second year coaching tennis there. I'm not sure. White Oak Soccer, Mike LaRose, 3-0 with that team. Coach Mitchell with volleyball, 4-1. And Coach Dirk Klein, 2-1 with tennis. And I worked with Coach Klein at Hunters Creek Middle School teaching, and we started there back in the early 90s. So we got a lot of sports going on in Onslow County. We got a lot of great people leading the teams. And the significance of education-based athletics is just what they do. When we talked to Sanaa earlier with that interview with her, as she's continuing her golf career at North Carolina Central in Durham, state champion in 3A golf, and she talked a lot about her coach Amanda Pelch and the impact she had. So these coaches are having great impacts, positive impacts on our kids throughout Onslow County, and not only building success in athletics, but building the discipline and the hard work that's needed to be successful in life.
That sounds like a poster example there for the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Sounds a lot like that thing they used to make us read before the game.
Yes,
You know?
yes.
We're sitting there, and you're at a game, and you're doing the PA, and you read, sportsmanship and then paramount to the the whole eloquent thing, and at the end you hear somebody done, "Now let's get that crap over with, let's play football," or something like that.
And that people don't realize if they go back to their high school career and whether they played a lot, didn't play, but being a part of the work ethic that it takes to be a successful person really is developed on those football fields and soccer fields or soccer pitches and volleyball courts. And then you just go on with it because of the dedication and the discipline. You overcome hardship, you overcome barriers. It doesn't always turn out the way you want it to turn out, but it teaches you that you just have to get back in there and keep working hard, whether it's on the field or it's in life in general. So education-based athletics makes a huge difference in the lives of kids.
Well, I know our coaches are out there listening. Joey Mahouchi just texted me and said they're 1-1-2. But if I know Joey, they play some tough teams.
Oh, yes.
He is big
Yes.
on starting out. It helps your RPI, but it builds your team. What is they forged by iron or whatever they call it.
Right. And
baptism by fire. He likes that strong non-conference schedule.
And Joey's another one of those examples of men that played high school athletics. He played soccer at Dixon, and I think Joey was in the goal. I can't remember 100%, but he was a fantastic soccer player, and I think that taught him, and he brings that same tenacity to the pitch with the players that play for him as he's helping develop young people and prepare them for the future. And Joey is one of many that is a perfect example of what hard work in high school does for you. He's been very successful. Athletic director at New Bridge Middle School, head soccer coach over at Jacksonville High School, and just impact. I know that my son had Joey in class at New Bridge. He didn't speak a whole lot, but he remembers Coach Mahouchik when he was there, and we appreciate what Joey does in the classroom and on the fields.
He gets such a good response from the kids. There's coaches and teachers that are liked, but aren't maybe not be they might just be more popular. But he has the total package.
Yes.
Good guy.
Yep,
Love
fantastic.
Joey. Need to get him on the show here later in the season as they approach playoffs because I know he'll have that team fine-tuned.
Oh, they'll be ready to go.
Ready for another run. Let's jump into high school football then. It was we need to take a break. Are we good? We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll start high school football when we return here on Sports Talk.
Go.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Chris Raynor, co-host Tim Foster with us today. We covered some of the high school sports going on in the fall, the mini sports going on, everybody hitting the field, the court, getting stuff done. It's still early in the season. Obviously, Swansboro's 6-0 and Southwest 5-2 in volleyball. Those are two good starts for those programs. And looking forward to see what everybody does through the season. We're going to jump into high school football now. As our longtime great announcer Howard Cosell would say, it was a bloodbath last week. Not as much on the field, but in these prognosticators picks, and they're sponsored by Downey's Heating and Air Conditioning. Thank you for being the prognosticated picking
Sponsor.
Yeah. And Jason Humphrey, I'll start with him. Jason went 4-4, so he sponsors it for us, but he didn't want to jump out and be gaudy about it. Everybody else, it was bad, man. A lot of 3-5s, mostly 4-4s and 3-5s. I think we only had 4 with winning records. We'll start at the bottom, which is me again, 3-5. The ones that were real, and I actually picked East Duplin, got correct, and then that was my one upset that I got right. The rest of them were the same ones, and I'll just go right to start with. Everybody picked White Oak to beat Northside. Everybody in the pool, all 14 of us. Northside surprised a lot of people. Tell us a little bit. You know a little bit about Coach Pollock, what he's got going on there. A lot of young players last year, right?
Oh, yes. He's, Coach Pollock's got 30, I think the number was 31 juniors on that team.
Wow.
So he's,
31 last year?
31 this year.
So that bodes even better
Yes,
for the next couple of
yes.
years, yeah.
And they got a lot of great kids there, good hard work ethic. But Coach Pollock will tell you, they got a great start with that win over White Oak, but they're playing Jacksonville tonight. That's going to be another huge one for them. I think that's going to be a good ball game. But Coach will tell you that they're young. It could go possession to possession on how well they play, or play to play on how well they play. As they got some great quality young guys, but young guys at times tendency to play young. So he's looking forward to what they may be able to do, understanding that their youth could get in the way of themselves every now and then.
Well, I wasn't the only one that went 3-5. Some others kind of bailed me out. I'm not in last place by myself. I'm actually I'm tied for like 9th place.
Oh,
If you look at it that way.
so you're in second place.
No. Steve Goodson also went 3-5. Joey Mahalchik 3-5. Mike Irvin 3-5, and myself 3-5. So actually, I guess I'm tied for 10th then. Then you go up to a whole gaggle at 4-4. Most people, same thing. Everybody picked, of course. Everybody picked Jacksonville in the pool, which Jacksonville did win. Everybody picked White Oak, and Northside, of course, won that game. Everybody picked Topsail except for one, Jerry Allen. Jerry's trying to get that trophy back again this year, and he's a Dixon guy. I think his brother or his nephew, or there's somebody he knows. I know that coaches down there or something.
Okay.
So he's picking the Bulldogs, and he may have something going because once again, that was a team we talked about it before in here. That everybody thought might be a sleeper because they've been building the last couple of years with Coach Kelly Davis down there.
Oh, yeah, and that was a huge win for them. I heard, I don't know if this is accurate or not, but it's their first win over Topsail in 30 years.
I heard it's the first time they beat the Pirates since Blackbeard was around.
Oh, man, it's been a while.
So it's been a while.
Been a while.
I don't know if it's been that long, but yeah, it's been a while. And it's a lot like for years, White Oak would start out with Jacksonville.
Yes.
And, it was when they finally broke through what it felt like. I'm sure I bet them kids at Dixon were hooping it up, buddy.
Ecstatic with that win. I know all of Dixon was really pumped up for that one, and I know they're looking forward to playing tonight. And they've got a good group of young men down there too that've been working hard, and the numbers they have out is outstanding. So football right now, I know you're going to get into it more, but I've had the chance to be at all their practices, and our coaches are really getting after it, and the kids are working hard. And there's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of fun on Friday nights in Onslow County.
Next year or two might be on the uptick for Onslow County football.
Yes.
It's funny because all these people I'm about to tell you are tied for 3rd place. No, 4th place. I'm sorry, because there's 2 at second. So these are all tied at 4th place. Jason Humphrey at 4-4, Harry Brown at 4-4, Ashley Mosley at 4-4, Brian North at 4-4. Was that false alarm.
I got a new phone, and it's AI. It's doing things, man.
It's come to life.
A premature air raid, or we got a tornado?
Yeah, we got about 40 seconds, by the way.
Brian North at 4-4, Bob Warlick at 4-4, and Dave Miller at 4-4. Then you have two tied at second, Jerry Allen at 5-3, Robert Farley at 5-3, and number one on the list this week, number one in your playbook, number one in your heart, Ben Beasley. His rookie year, him and Farley are their rookie year doing it, and they're first and second right now. So good start for them. Ben picked, I'll give you his picks where that changed it. He picked Richlands. Most people picked Southwest. He did pick White Oak. He had Jacksonville, Topsail, South Columbus, East Duplin, Croatan, and Alabama. I'm sorry, American Leadership Academy. It's ALA, so Alabama. He picked American Leadership Academy. And I'm going to say it right now, I've always preached Lejeune football and how hard-nosed they are and everything. And I thought they were getting ready to break through. I will not pick them again until they win a game. Because for the last 2 years, it's kind of hurt me. So we're going to take our last break on Sports Talk. What you got, Hollywood?
Now, this is Casey Kasem always did this the best.
Casey Kasem.
He was the master of the tease. The tease, like, coming up. Oh, yeah. Is there anything that you want to tease? Like, is there somebody coming up that maybe?
Maybe. He's not a definite yet, so we're waiting to see.
So we'll hang out.
He's got a lot going on. It's the Blitz Friday. Oh, this guy does a lot of Blitz work on Friday. Yeah. So if he can get through with some of the prep work he's doing, we'll have some guy from the Blitz call in. Everybody knows who that is. That's fine. All right, we'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Chris Raynor. Tim Foster had to step out just a second. He'll be right back. We have Chris Hollywood Man joining us for this day in sports history. All this stuff happened on August 29th, a red letter day in sports history. There's something that happened we'll get to shortly that is unprecedented.
Really?
On August 29th.
I'm excited.
We'll start out in 1885, though. The first ever heavyweight title fight with 3-ounce gloves and a 3-minute round goes down in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
John L. Sullivan outlasted Dominic McCaffrey in a bruising battle that set the stage for modern boxing.
Do you remember that date? That was an amazing fight, man. That was.
I remember 1885. Yeah.
Nobody does.
Fire away.
All right, 1925, Babe Ruth. Now, this is not surprising. Babe Ruth's late night antics catch up with him. After showing up late to practice, Yankees manager Miller Hudgens lowers the boom, suspending the Babe and handing out a $5,000 fine, which is probably a lot back then.
That'd be the equivalent of probably
20,000, something like that.
50. No, more than that nowadays. 5,000 in 1925, probably 50 to 100,000 at this day and time. I would say.
Wow.
He was out partying it up, man. You know.
He's having him a good time. So.
Tim, you got 1963.
1963, twin slugger Harmon Killebrew crushes one off Washington's Pete Burnside during a doubleheader. Classic killer.
That sounds something like maybe Howard Cosell would have said that way. Twin slugger Harmon Killebrew.
Classic killer. So what did he just hit him
He
off
was
his
a
head?
one of a kind, wasn't he?
He just hit it off his like body and it went outside.
No, it says he crushes one. That means that he pitched it and he hit a home run.
Oh, okay.
It says he
Yeah, right.
off the pitcher, who was Pete Burnside.
I'm not the best of sports. You know.
In
I've gotten better as
1964
around you guys, but yeah, sorry.
In 1964, on Elston Howard night, Mickey Mantle ties none other than Babe Ruth with his 1,330th career strikeout. Even legends swing and miss every now and then. Now, strikeout is when you hit on a girl and she doesn't good on the date.
Shut
with
up.
you. Okay.
Get out of here. All right, 1967, the Yankees' longest day. Boston takes game 1 in 9 innings, but the Yanks claw back in game 2, winning in 20 innings. My goodness, 8 hours and 19 minutes of baseball drama.
That almost goes back to when I was playing baseball at Onslow Pines. We played 21 innings.
Are you serious?
We started at 6 p.m. and finished at midnight. The second game was canceled.
I hope it was a championship game.
It was not. It was the Jiffy Jets against Holly Ridge.
That's
we
hilarious.
did win.
Were you
So-
exhausted, right?
Oh,
Exhausted.
I was
A lot of
exhausted.
sports are going to the hokey stuff like the 2-point conversions in football and overtime to keep it shorter. Penalty shots in soccer, penalty shots in hockey. What would the baseball equivalent be? I know they had monkeyed with putting a player on second to start the inning to make them score quicker, which all that was happening was the team at the top of the inning would score, and then the team at the bottom of the inning would score, you'd still be tied. So what would be a good thing? Just a home run derby? I mean, that's the equivalent like a penalty shot.
I guess it could be, or maybe a bunt. Man on second.
bunt off.
Let's have a who can bunt and get the guy around. Because
that would
bunting
not
the
be
ball is not as easy as it seems.
Yeah, but it ain't the most exciting.
It's
play
not
in the
most
world,
exciting either. No, it's not at
All
all.
right, you're going to try
We're going to go to
1968.
1968. Oh, man. A new era in tennis begins at the U.S. Open. Billie Jean King cruises past Dr. Vijay Vuskins on her way to the final as the Open era officially gets underway. Don't know if I'm close to that in the name, but I'll take
They
it.
did great. man.
V.A. Veskins. All right, 1987, the marathon greatness in Rome. Portugal's Rosa Mota wins the women's world championship in 2 hours, 25 minutes, and 17 seconds. And I'm glad you put it that way because sometimes I want to say 2 minutes, 2 days, 2 hours. It's hard to get that first one right.
This
You
is
got to
better for
remember
you.
what sport you're in, yeah.
Thank you, ChatGPT, for helping
Yes,
us out here.
thank you.
1993, John Harris captures the 93rd U.S. Amateur Golf Championship. There you go.
That 93 would maybe be my score.
You're right. That'd be good for you, man. That'd be awesome.
And that would not capture the championship.
It would
yeah,
not.
capture
It would
anything,
not. 2004, Formula One dominance continues. Michael Schumacher clinches his 5th consecutive World Drivers' Championship with a second-place finish in Belgium.
Formula One, that's some fast stuff right there. Mostly street racing, on the road courses, things like that.
But I'm guessing, like, where NASCAR is so huge here, the Formula One must be just as big in other parts of the world,
Europe,
right?
Yeah,
I think
would say
Europe and some of the South American countries.
Big, right?
I think it's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Names like Mario Andretti, Emerson Fittipaldi.
I like
Just
that.
cool names.
Yeah,
you know?
Michael
Al
Schumacher.
Unser was a big one. All right. In 2012, the USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, USADA.
There we go.
Officially strips Lance Armstrong of his 7 Tour de France titles, ending one of cycling's most controversial chapters.
Man.
You cheat, you don't get in the record book.
That's humiliating, man. You know.
Look at the Roger Clemens, the Barry Bonds, the Mark McGuires that aren't. I mean, most baseball circles don't recognize them as having the things they had because of the steroids.
But don't you think this is one of the biggest falls from grace?
That was with 7 consecutive championships, and then whatever, I can't remember what it was they call it that he was doing.
Doping.
But, and what was so sad too about the situation, he had the cancer and he
Yes.
beat that, and it's just horrible, you know.
See, in the rap music world, dope is good.
Yeah,
Everywhere else is not good.
that's old school, man.
But I guess it was a whole blood transfusion or new blood pump.
Oh yeah, he
I
was
mean, it
having
was-
he was like a cyborg out there, basically.
Yes,
with
taking out
parts
the
and
taking
things,
out
yeah.
the tired blood and pumping in
stuff that
new.
ain't supposed to be in you.
Yeah,
my gosh,
I mean it's crazy.
All right,
Who had that one?
your turn,
Did I?
Tim.
Oh,
Tim.
I had-
2000.
Oh, it's my turn. It's
Oh,
your
your
turn.
turn. Yes, there we go.
2018, Aaron Rodgers breaks the bank, signing a record-shattering $134 million contract extension with the Green Bay Packers, a deal loaded with a $103 million guarantee.
Then he goes and disappears in a cave for a couple years and
Yeah.
just loses his mind.
But he got $103
I'm
million.
curious to see, and I know Pittsburgh Steelers fans are passionate, buddy. They half-filled Bank of America Stadium last week, including Robert Drum. He's a Steelers fan. He went out there. He's the guy that does our clock at Southwest, and he's a local driver here at Cardiff. But he was there at the game. He says about half Pittsburgh Steelers fans. But I'm just wondering what Steeler Nation thinks of Aaron Rodgers. He's not your quintessential Steelers hard-nosed quarterback.
What
He's
do
a
you-
little bit of a flake.
Do you think they're still waving those terrible towels as much?
Oh yeah,
you think-
that was whoever came up with that was brilliant because even from a local standpoint, the Carolina Hurricanes in a playoff game, they have a white towel, and there's something about putting that towel on that seat that gets people involved in the game, and the crowd is so much louder.
It just it gets
it
gets
makes
it
you wonder
going,
why they
man.
don't do it every game. But
Yeah, and you're right. Pittsburgh is accustomed to these hard-nosed,
Terry
blue-collar, Ben Roethlisberger. These are workhorses that they come in and they put in the work. And Aaron Rodgers he's more that finesse, dance around,
fluff.
sit around
Yeah,
and sing Kumbaya.
yeah. That's not what
touch
Steelers.
with
All right,
the
wine and
Steelers are
cheese, wine and
accustomed
cheese
to.
guy.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
In 2022, St. Louis Cardinals legend Albert Pujols. Did I say that right?
Yep.
All
I
right.
thought you'd say. Now see if we had Marisa from the Sports Commission.
Yeah.
Pujols.
Pujols.
So you had it right.
Well, he belts a career homer number 694
Wow.
off the 450th different pitcher in Major League Baseball history. That's power and longevity, all in one swing.
And he played for a long time. It's like some of those Nolan Ryan stats about how many dads and sons he struck out.
That's right.
You know, we've not done the biggest. This I'll
Oh,
finish,
yeah, this
I'll
is a
finish up
huge
this
one, huge one.
Red Letter Day in 1992 in sports history.
Yeah. What's that?
One of the world's greatest sports fans, not greatest, but biggest sports fans, got hitched and was told he couldn't go to games anymore. My anniversary today, 33 years today. I'm married to my lovely wife, Deborah.
Yeah.
Deborah, Elliott Raynor. Debbie told me we got married, you're done with your sports stuff. As you can see, that didn't go over very well, and I still do it. But she goes a lot with me, too. But we go to a lot of games, and she's my number 2. I mean, we go to games. We got Panthers games. She has a blast at Panthers games.
She's your number one.
She's my number 1, but she's, what is it called?
She's your
Ride
right
and die
hand.
or
She's your
whatever.
ride
Yeah.
and dies. Your
Yeah.
right hand, yes.
And you know what? I'm thinking about like all this extracurricular stuff you do, concerts and games, and she's cool with all that.
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
I'm 1, she's 2. We're together all the time.
It's awesome.
And then the games she don't want to go to, my son and dad go with me.
That's great. That's
Or
great,
Tim.
man.
And then just like we just said earlier, just a few days later, September 1st, 35 years for me. And, you know, we went to a great concert together a couple of weeks ago.
That
We
was a
went-
good one.
Rod Stewart concert, and we had set our chairs up at the
Hollywood was jealous.
Oh, man,
I was
we,
jealous,
We
man.
set our chairs up. We were ready to go on the lawn, and a guy with a great accent comes
Hello,
up to
mate.
us
Would
and
you guys
says,
like to move up? That's kind of more Australian.
Yeah.
we're not
Close
quite sure
enough.
what that one was, but he he said, "Have you already got your chairs?" We said, "Yes." He goes, "Well, I can't do anything about the chairs, but Rod's friends are not going to be here tonight. He wants me to give away the tickets." So he gives us 4 tickets, and I look at the tickets, and I'm like, section 2?
It was 2, which normally you would think is not prime, but 2 is center.
And it was
Front
row
center.
A.
Row A.
So we had to walk all the way around Walnut Creek, and we come in the side entrance. And next thing we know, we're front row, middle,
And it's not
front
like
row
the mosh
center.
pit where you gotta save your place. You got a guard here and a guard there, and that was ours.
Oh, it
I
was
saw
We sat in Rod's buddy's seats.
I saw some of the videos, of Rod, amazing videos. He's got the dancers around him.
Oh, yes.
He is still kicking it, 80 years
yeah.
old.
He was going
amazing,
If you tell me right now I could be on stage at 80 years old doing what Rod Stewart was doing,
Moving
I'll
like that,
take it,
singing like that,
Because I'm sure after one song, I would have been sitting down
Yeah.
on the steps and getting some of that boost oxygen coming to me so I could do the next song.
They had these things that were forcing oxygen and cold air towards it because it was hot.
Oh, it was hot.
It was July. I mean, late June, early July. I can't remember exactly.
He
when.
put on a great show.
early
One of
June.
the
Well-
great Raynor Foster trips.
Well, you know what?
Good time.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Happy
And
anniversary.
Debbie, I love you, baby.
Oh, that's so
I love
sweet.
you, baby.
That's so sweet. Pop over here.
Yeah, she's
thanks, for
very
letting me,
patient.
thanks for letting me
very
participate with
patient
this.
woman.
Yes. Very patient woman.
What else we want to talk about before we go? Let's give the slate for the games this week. You got to step out for your call, so I'll
Got to
finish
step
it up
out.
with
So
this.
have a great Friday and see everyone at the ball games.
Go support your teams and check out a ball game. Those games are, as we mentioned before, Hollywood, get ready on the mic. Jacksonville at Northside. Give us the rundown on that one more time about the pregame.
I should have stayed over there, but anyway. Yes, Jacksonville, Northside tonight. Pregame will be 6:30. The kickoff is at 7 o'clock. So make sure you check out the pregame at 97.1 and or wherever you are. Actually, tell your friends about us. Cardinal Nation. If you got some Cardinal Nations folks, outside the area. WSME971.com. That's our website. There's a big red button. You just click on that from your phone or from wherever you are, and you can listen. We got Jerry Allen and Bob Orlick giving some pregame information and just what they think is going to be happening. So that's great. And again, it's going to be just a great night. So we hope you tune in.
The scintillating sounds of Jerry Allen, Bob Warlick, and Ashley Mosley talking up football before that game starts. That's the premier matchup right there, buddy,
Yep.
this week. There's no doubt on with what Jacksonville did at West Carteret and the surprise to a lot of people what Northside did. Not only beating White Oak, but beating them like they did. I think that opened a lot of people's eyes, and I think this is going to be a ball game, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'll set the stage. We talked about before about which team sails off into the rest of the season, and which team kind of limps back and has to retool for next week.
I mean, don't you think it is the game?
Oh yeah,
Of the week or whatever.
and looking at next week, Jackson will have an open date, so it's really big. You always want to get that win before an open date, so those 2 weeks are a little more. I don't know. They feel a little better, so it's gonna be a huge game.
I'm guessing it can really. It's the momentum. You go or be a momentum killer, right? One way or the other. I mean, I don't know. I may be
Well,
wrong.
it can, and it can also have the reverse effect. Say, you were to lose to a rival like that. A lot of times it kind of wakes you up to some things.
Right, there you go.
And gets you some things doing different and, gets the kids, more. I remember
It can be a motivator, is what you're saying.
in 2003, Phil Padgett won the state championship with Southwest. They come into the 2004 season, riding high, dynasty, lose to Jacksonville either week 2 or 3, and that was the only loss the rest of the year. Those kids woke up, Kendrick Burney and Dakota Marshall, that crew, and they woke up, and the rest was history. Back-to-back state champions. The only time in Onslow County that's happened. So, looking at the rest of the slate, the only one open this week that I'm showing on here is Southwest. They have an open date this weekend. Another big game, Richlands at White Oak. You got Richlands coming off a big win over Southwest, number 4 in a row over Southwest, but they're playing a White Oak team that they're in that boat right now of. We got something to prove. We coming off a tough loss.
Just happened to them. Yeah.
I'm sure Coach Jonathan Bird, has got them boys. The pit of that belly is hot right now, buddy. They're ready to play. So that'll be another good game there. Then another one that's out of county teams, but it's Princeton at East Tupelo. Princeton's from up there. I think it's Johnston County, just as you head into Johnston County up 70. But great program, turf field. Immaculate facilities. They'll be playing at East Duplin, who East Duplin just had their field resurfaced a couple of years ago, and they say it is like a golf course.
Wow.
I mean, it's that nice. And East Duplin coming off that huge win over Wallace Rose Hill. I picked them to beat Wallace Rose Hill. I did not see 21-0 coming. You remember when we were at Moorhead Motors last week,
Yeah.
and Coach Motts called in, Coach Motzinger from Wallace Rose Hill. He was telling us, man, and I thought he was doing the Phil Padgett poor mouth, got a couple players out, this, that, and the other, and he was right. It's just They got a couple of their star players, what I understand, are out. But Wallace Rose Hill, East Duplin just came out, fired up, ready to play, and with Wallace down just a little with their players out, it was the perfect storm, 21-0. So East Duplin's flying high right now. That'd be a tough game with Princeton. You just don't know. Princeton's got Princeton is so good that when they were 1A, they won too many state championships, too many whatever that was the Wachovia Cup, that they made them play in 2A the next year, and they still had 1A numbers. That's how good their program was a couple years back. So not sure what class they're in now. I would say probably either 3A or 4A, same as East Duplin. So that'll be a great game. Then you got Topsail at Croatan. Topsail's coming in. A loss to a bitter rival, Dixon, first time in a while, 30 years from what we understood. And then Croatan flying high. They beat East Carteret 60-0. Hollywood, I picked East Carteret.
What?
That's the worst loss I had last week, points-wise. And you're coming in, I didn't know what they had. We let Paul Pittman talk me and Ashley into picking East Carteret because he told us what they had coming up, which they did, but apparently Croatan's got a little something.
Now, in your career, do you think that's the worst pick you've had as far as spread?
Oh, no. Southwest has struggled the last 2 or 3 years and struggling a little this year.
Oh, and you always pick
know me, I
Southwest.
always pick
Yeah, that's
Southwest.
right.
There was one game where it was just, I knew better, but I'm not going to pick against my Staggies. That's just the way it is.
I got you.
All right, so Croatan flying high, Topsail. The Pirates are looking for a little revenge after last week with that loss to Dixon. Then you got Pamlico at Swansboro. Pamlico's still an unknown. They got a couple of coaches came over from Havelock that are running the show there now. So I look for that program to get better quickly. And Swansboro played really good last week against South Columbus. South Columbus is an established power from down in Columbus County. Played for state championships year in, year out. And Swansboro took them right to the end. I think it was a 24-21 game, something like that. It was very close. Lakewood at Lejeune. I will never pick Lejeune again until they win a ball game, just because they burned me a couple of times. I love Lejeune. I just love the whole. I love our military. I love those kids over there. The way they fight hard. I just don't know if they got numbers and stuff what they had this year, because the American Leadership Academy, I think it was like 42-0 beat them. It was another not close game. So Lakewood will be playing at Lejeune there. Folks from Lakewood headed down. Make sure you got your tags right on your car. Make sure you don't have any concealed weapons on you. You're going through some security, buddy, so be ready. And then the last game is Dixon at Beddingfield. Do you know where Beddingfield is?
No.
Either. It's one of those like Jack Sparrow says, the Isla de Muerta. It can only be found by those who already know where it is. It's somewhere up in Wilson County, I think. I think it's Wilson Beddingfield.
It's like a secret location.
Or Wilson, around the town of Wilson. But yeah, it's out there in the middle of nowhere. Beddingfield is. No, maybe I'm thinking of a different one. But Beddingfield is around Wilson area. Okay. So Dixon at Beddingfield. Dixon, huge win over Topsail. First time they beat them in a long time. So they're flying high right now. Kelly Davis has got that team strolling. So coming up this weekend, also some big matchups in college football. Are you watching any college football this weekend, Hollywood? I know you will.
I've got a 10-year-old man, a 10-year-old little girl, and it's difficult to do.
But
it's difficult to do anything. I am preoccupied.
Is she got you doing stuff all the time?
All the time, buddy.
Now she's more into gymnastics, stuff like that, right?
Well, and she'll be 11 this year, so I'm really trying to live in the moment and trying to, while she's still attached a little bit,
Understandable.
Before she hits those teenage,
But let me just tell you the bevy of college games.
Yeah, tell me what's going on.
You got Boise State, number 25. Actually, we had a surprise caller here. Let's see who this is.
All right.
Let's blitz through to this caller. Who we got on the phone, caller? Brian?
What's going on?
What's up,
Yes,
buddy?
sir.
Welcome to Sports Talk. I know you're doing your blitz preparation. Appreciate you calling in for a minute. We'll jump right to the stuff because I know you're out getting ready to start doing stuff. What was your biggest surprise from this past weekend? Brian North, of course, from the Blitz, WCTI TV 12.
Probably North Side over White Oak, I think.
We were talking about that too. That was right up there. I mean, that was the biggest surprise. I think Dixon over Topsail was a little bit, but yeah, that North Side, especially the way the game played out, was shocked a lot of people.
Yeah, so I knew Dixon was going to be good. I wasn't sure about Topsail, but having to go on the road, I thought Dixon had a chance. Richland Southwest, I thought, Richlands had a little bit of the mental edge, so I wasn't super shocked. I thought Southwest would win it, but I wasn't super shocked on that one. Northside, White Oak has been so good lately, and Northside was building. You could see it coming.
Yeah.
And I knew they moved Reginald Gray to quarterback, and so I knew they'd be okay. But I don't know. That one just kind of surprised me a little bit. So that's the one that really caught my attention. You know, you can say West Craven, Havelock. You can say South Central Kinston is another one that really surprised me. I thought Kinston, as loaded as they are this year, I thought that was going to be a win for Kinston. And so to see South Central upset them, that one surprised me just a hair. But no, I'll give it to Northside. Coach Pollock and company did a great job on that game.
Well, buddy, we had a bloodbath with our prognosticators picks that you were a part of. We have 14 of us. We call it the 2-touchdown club. No 2-point conversion, of course. 2-touchdown club. 14 of us. You finished 4-4 last week. Do you want to know what place you're in? You there?
4-4 is not very good.
Yeah, but you're in 4th place.
That's crazy.
Out of 14 people. It's just because the Southwest game, most people picked Southwest. Everybody picked White Oak over Northside, so nobody got that win. Everybody picked Topsail except Jerry Allen. He's the defending champion, so I guess that's why.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
And let's see. Most people picked Wallace Rose Hill over East Duplin. I did too. I picked. You and I both had ED in that one. Okay.
Yeah. Wallace was just too beat up, and I just knew East Duplin was going to be good. They're playing for that trophy that they brought. You never want to bring a trophy to a series and not win it. So no, that one, I was surprised so many people did pick Wallace in that.
Well, I was the only one that picked East Carteret over Croatan. You saw how that turned out. 60-0. Wasn't even close. I just had a feeling. Paul Pittman down at Moorhead Motors when we had our remote last week talked me into it. And anyway, it didn't turn out well. But what do you see this weekend? Obviously, Jacksonville Northside is huge in our area. They're probably the game of the week, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, we were debating making that our premier matchup. And we're just scared a little bit of the potential of Jacksonville winning big.
Well, obviously, you have a bigger area with a lot more teams. What is your premier matchup, or can you say that yet?
Yeah, we are. No, and every year it's a no-brainer when Havelock and New Bern play each other.
Yeah.
But this year we weren't quite as sure because of Havelock's struggles offensively and New Bern how well they played on the road. But when it all comes down to it, even if it's a blowout, it's a game that generates such a huge crowd and huge interest that we just said, okay, we could have gone South Central for both 1-0. We could have gone North Side and Jacksonville. That's also one that'll generate a lot of interest. But really the granddaddy of them all, the two elite programs for more than a decade now. And when they face off, even if one's having a down year, you still have to always consider that as your game of the night.
So the West Craven Havelock score, wasn't it 7-0 West Craven?
Yeah.
If somebody would have come to you last week and said, I'm going to give you a chance to bet on two things. One, that the score will be 7-0 West Craven. The other will be any other score, no matter who wins. Would you have took that bet? 7-0 West Craven. I never saw that coming. That lowest score with Havelock being shut out and losing also.
Yeah, I knew that Havelock was going to struggle offensively this year. But I didn't know if they'd get shut out. The last time they were shut out at home, they've only been shut out at home twice in the last 17 years. One was to New Bern a couple years ago when New Bern was really good. And then the other was against West Craven back in 2008 when West Craven was really good.
Wow.
So, I don't think I would have taken a shutout at home. I thought West Craven had a really good chance. I just liked the way that set up for them. So that didn't surprise me that they won. But yeah, a shutout was we didn't see that one coming.
Well, it's going to be interesting. We also have Richlands at White Oak. White Oak, of course, stinging from that loss to Northside. Richlands flying high after beating the Stallions for the 4th straight year. That's all I'm going to say about that. Princeton at East Duplin. What did Princeton do last week? Do you know?
Yeah, Princeton beat Aiden Griffin in a shootout, 40-35. Aiden Griffin's pretty good, so we're calling that really the best game of Friday night.
Yeah.
We think is going to be Princeton at East Duplin. Every time they play, it always comes down to the last possession in the last minute of the game. It always feels like so. We think that's going to be a really good one in Beulahville.
Well, of course, one of our sponsors here on Sport Talk is the law offices of John Drew Warlick, and that's your premier matchup sponsor now, right?
Yeah,
they
sure
do.
Is.
I did get one request from Mr. Warlick that we say it that way, the law offices of John Drew Warlick, because his dad his dad, John Drew, is such a has been such a member of our community and everything. He just want to make sure we got that name in there. I'm sure you probably heard that too this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we get that in
Good
as well.
stuff, man. And that's great for them to sponsor that and sponsor us.
Yes.
We love our sponsors.
Huge.
Anything you want to add before we take off?
No. We're looking forward to another great Friday night. Your Stallions will be off this week, right?
No,
So
I
that's not
prefer to
bad.
say that there's no way the Stallions will lose this weekend. Yes. So,
And I will tell you, we talked about the premier matchup with Northside and Jacksonville. It's not the premier matchup, but it is our battle royale. So we are
nice.
giving it special attention. So that'll be kind of like our other big game later in the newscast. So
Okay.
yeah, it's definitely got our attention, especially with the way Northside started.
Well, we look forward to seeing the Blitz tonight. Do your thing today. Get out to all those schools later this evening, and we will see you next week, man.
All right, sounds good.
Take care,
Thank you,
Brian.
bud.
Thank you.
All right, see you, Chris.
Brian North from the Blitz. Make sure you tune in tonight. Let's see all the highlights, man. I wish I could get to that Jacksonville game. Being my anniversary today, though, I'm going to be a good boy, and I'm going to take my wife out and spend some time. Time I don't normally get to spend because we have a lot of games and stuff like that. So
Yeah. I think
we're
that's
gonna-
good. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
It's wise.
It's a great idea to go out with my wife anytime.
That's a wise move.
Wise move. Wise move, Grasshopper.
You know, I like what he said there, the battle royale. That's a good way
Yeah,
to put it.
they have a Blitz matchup, and then they have one that's kind of like going to be a slobber knocker type game.
That's cool.
And that's going to be it.
All right.
So looking at the lineup this weekend, you may become a college football fan this weekend. You will not believe some of the matchups. Of course, they started last night, and then tonight. I don't agree with Friday night football games in college because it takes away, from my opinion, from the high schools. But it's a money thing, so they're going to have it. So some games tonight, and I'm not going to mention them because they're playing on Friday nights. So we're going to start with the Saturday games. Man, right out the gate Saturday, number 1 in the country versus number 3 in the country Saturday at noon. Texas at Ohio State. That might be one of the biggest games of the year, and it's the first game up, essentially. There's some other games, but this will be the first big matchup. Then you got Syracuse at Tennessee. I'm guessing a team in orange wins that one because they're both orange. That'd be a good time to take. If you're at Tennessee and you like to take the aerial photo of the stands, that'd be a good game to take because there'll be no other colors but orange. You got Old Dominion at Indiana, Nevada at Penn State, Marshall at Georgia. There's just some that, and I might be like this, might be like Croatan and East Carteret, but there's just something that tells me that Marshall may surprise Georgia. I don't know if they'll beat them, but it may give Georgia all they want to handle. We'll see how that goes. Then you got number 8 Alabama at Florida State. Florida State, I can see them surprising Alabama, or I could see them getting blown out. So there's a lot of games early in the season could go either way. Ben Beasley, this one's for you. A battle in Death Valley. LSU, Louisiana State University, calls their nickname of their stadium is Death Valley. To me, the Death Valley is Clemson, South Carolina. That's the name of Clemson Stadium. They call it Death Valley. Number 9 LSU at number 4 Clemson, Saturday night at 7:30 in Death Valley. It don't get no better than that.
No,
buddy.
no, Ben is who's his team?
Ben's going to that one. He's Clemson.
Oh, he's going?
Oh, he's
Okay.
Clemson all the way. Yeah,
got you.
He'll be at that game. Good luck, Ben, tomorrow night. With your Tigers taking on, and they're both the Tigers. They both have. I just thought of that. They both have Death Valley. They're both the Tigers. So I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that the Tigers will pull that one out. The Tigers will win that game.
Now, I will say this is funny. We don't have cable. So if you're an ultimate sports fan like yourself, you have to have all the packages and all the, right? So we have Prime. So Prime is actually, they have some games now. So
Yeah.
I did get a little nostalgic. They have the pregame NFL stuff for the preseason.
Yeah.
So I cut on Prime, and the voice was on there. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Oh, man.
it was Al Michaels.
Oh, really? It
was Al Michaels.
Yeah. Still getting it, man.
Yeah, and I was like, he's still got it.
You talking
He
about a
sounded great.
dude that was probably
was great.
30 or 40 when he called the Miracle on Ice.
But I mean,
in 1980.
But he sounds awesome.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He hasn't lost it. Like a lot of them, they get a little slower.
Or
There's
slurry,
things that don't.
slurry voice.
Yeah, exactly. Their voice don't stay the same. But I think Al Michaels is stayed the same.
Yeah, just amazing. I just want to say that.
Amazing. That's it for sports talk. Get out to one of your high schools tonight. If they have a game, if they don't, go to one of the others. Support your local high schools. Even if football's not your sport, support your local high schools and your booster clubs because that's what pays for the kids to get the better equipment, the safety equipment, things like that. So that's a wrap for today. We do want to thank our sponsors before we go. National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Modern Exterminating, the law offices of John Drew Warlick, That's the way they want it said. Bayshore Animal Hospital in Swansboro. CNS Paint, Ron Choate and Victor Case. Golden Corral and Billy Sewell. Bradley's Jewelers. Rock Creek Golf and Country Club. Jones Onzo EMC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Downey's Heating and Air Conditioning. Thank you, Jason Humphrey, for everything, including those awesome tickets to State and ECU. Thank you, Jason Humphrey. Fountain Management and Sandra Fountain. Onzo County Motor Company, Mr. Ben Beasley. Barnes Diamond Gallery, Lindsey Jarman. Lane Associates Family Dentistry, Doctors Tommy and Kim Morgan. Southern Touch Painting, of course, Roger Carroll. Thank you to Roger for everything you've done. I saw this week where he was doing a lot of work over at Jacksonville, did a ton of work at Southwest and the other high schools. Thank you for the time and stuff and the resources you donate for these high schools.
Yeah.
So when you go to Jacksonville, it is at Jacksonville. No, it's at Northside. But the next game you have at Jacksonville, them bleachers will be slick as a whistle.
He really does a lot for the community, doesn't
Yep,
he?
he does,
Athletics,
and we appreciate it. Lane Associates Family Dentistry, Doctors Tommy and Kim Morgan, Bartley Insurance Services, Bill Mercer, and Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning. And once again, thanks for our racing report, Johnson County Motor Company and Ben Beasley. Prognosticators Picks, thank you, Downey's Heating and Air for sponsoring that. And special thanks to Helen's Kitchen and Billy Grissett for that magical bucket of food we're getting ready to dive into. Thank you. So that's a wrap for Sports Talk. Go check out your games tonight. And Hollywood has one more announcement.
Yeah, and again tonight, the Cardinals and Northside, huge game. You can check it out here live at 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff on WSME. And by the way, still time for you to be a sponsor. If you want to be a sponsor for Sports Talk or high school football, the Cardinals, give us a shout, give us a call at 910-346-2248. Or if you'd like to advertise on this great hometown local radio station, you can give us a call again at 910-346-2248. Local radio, especially hometown radio. Hey, support your local businesses, and you want to support us. We'd love to help you out and help take care of your business. So there you go.
Support the businesses that support Sports Talk.
There you go.
Thank you so much. And big shout out to Sanaa Carter for calling in, state champion in the 3A ranks in ladies golf last year. Kicking it up at NC Central, getting ready to start her freshman year. And thank you to Brian North for calling in also from the TV12 Blitz. Thank you to Tim Foster for coming in for the last 2 seconds of the show.
Just come in for the last. Have a great Friday.
We'll see you next week.